All right, we got the Washington Commanders at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which should be a really good game. We got -2.5 spread for the Commanders, 2.5 for the Steelers. Oh man, having a blank. The Commanders pick someone up on defense for his cornerback. Oh gosh, the Saints guy. Anyways, he's pretty good, so that'll help that defense. And they're already only giving up 18.5 points per game on defense. So, but the Steelers are even better at 16.5 the last 4 games, and that is for sure the best or close to the best. Cause that's lower than uh, the Chiefs, and the Commanders are around the Chiefs. So those three defenses are some of the best in the league. Because Dan Quinn, being the head coach of the Commanders, has completely made that defense good again. Last year they're atrocious, but all it took was a defensive-minded head coach, and Kingsbury is the offense coordinator for that Washington team, so that has been great for Jalen Daniels because he was also with the Cardinals too, and they're pretty good on offense. They just struggled later on in the seasons, but now that he is just a offense coordinator, that should help him because you don't have to worry about anything defense, other side of the ball, or anything like that. But the offense for the Steelers, 28 points per game the last 4, and that's 1 point higher than the Commanders. And Russell Wilson has made this offense better. I'm going to say it. Uh, you have to play the pass against the Steelers team now because Fields just could not throw the ball good enough. He was more of a runner. So now you have to play rushing offense and um, throwing offense. So it's a little tougher to play the Steelers right now. Russell Wilson has shown that he is the better quarterback for this team, especially with a defense that is not giving up a lot of points. But the defense gave up 265 yards um, per game in the air, so that is not good for them. Yep. And they're only throwing 191 last 4, but only a couple of those games are Russell Wilson. And the Commanders are throwing for 246, so they should be able to throw against the Steelers. And the defense for the Commanders are one of the best in the league for passing yards in the air, which is 165 is all. But passing yards per attempt is actually 7.4 on defense for the Commanders, and I like to look at that better because that a lot of times means they might have gave up a big play or they just played good defense in the red zone. And this is definitely a good red zone defense. The Commanders, you might get down there, but you are not going to score those touchdowns. Um, the Steelers are averaging 7.6 passing yards per attempt on offense, giving up 7.0, which is, like I was talking about. So people are just trying to throw against the Steelers team. And the rushing yards per attempt, 4.1 for the Steelers on defense, and the Commanders are 5.1. So it would be good to run against this team a little and then do play action with Russell Wilson, whether it's a bootleg or whatnot. Um, Rushing yards per attempt, 4.6 for the Steelers on offense, and I think that would be a good um, call to do. Uh, the plan should be run the ball, do play action against this Commanders defense, and then you've got to score touchdowns when you get to the red zone. And the Commanders have been good so far this year, keeping teams out of the end zone. Points per play, 3.3 on offense for the Commanders, 3.0 for defense. And the Steelers are really good in the red zone too because they're down to 2.2 points per play on defense, 2.8 on offense. The Commanders definitely have the better offense, but Steelers so far have the better defense. But a lot of times, if you're coming back against a team like the Steelers, they'll give you a lot of yards while you come back, and then in the end, it's not going to be enough. So let's just look at total expected points: 13.4 for Steelers 11.4 for Steelers and 9.9 for Commanders, and that would give us a -1.5 spread, and the Steelers are the favorite. But the only problem I see with that would be the Steelers are at home. But besides that, maybe that trade um, made people think the Commanders are better in the book, but which I mean it will on defense, but and they're home, so that's a lot of it. But it's just still, even total expected points, -1.5 spread towards Steelers. That is a 4-point spread, and you would play that if you go by the 4-point margin, 5-point margin, and play the Steelers. I don't know though, because this game is going to be so close that it could go either way. If we scroll over to game cards, we only have 48.8% chance that the Commanders win, 51.2%. Like I said, it's a toss-up game. -1 spread for the Steelers using simulations, offense, defense, and a lot of green for the Steelers at the near end, yards per play. Turnovers, they showed less turnover, total expected points better, point differential is only 0.3 better. And then if you look here, a lot more passing yards for the Commanders, passing yards per attempt should be up. The Steelers should have a better rushing team. Yards per attempt should be the Commanders overall, though. Expected points is higher for Commanders with just offense and defense, though. So you want to remember that because when you average in the special teams total expected points, that does favor the Steelers. So just know that punting, kicking, all those. So right now the Steelers are playing better on special teams. If that matters to you, a lot of people like to leave it out. Don't worry about it. And if that's the case, don't go by total expected points. Just go by expected points. Overall, I'm not going to be betting this game. It's just too much of a toss-up for me, and it's at home at Washington too. So these spreads that show Steelers being the favorite don't mean too much to me. But if you bet this game, good luck. My name is Jordy. You've been watching Betting Sports Betting, and I'll see you in the next video.